Everything you see was broadcasted live at twitch.tv/TinjusX1. Hope to see you there. It's time for Clash, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've got your popcorn because this was a very well played Clash game with my squad. Let's go, boys. Unfortunately, we lost in the finals, but that's all good. We came second. We still had some great games, and I've chosen a Lillia game to show off in this video. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Strap yourselves in, boys. It's time for some Clash with my squad. Let's go. Playing the Lillia in the Clash game. Yeah, we did pretty well this Clash session, I think. We didn't win, we came second, but you know, we almost got there. And this is like I believe the second game that we played for Clash, and nevertheless, it was like a really good game on our part. My team, we all played really well, and there's a lot of juicy stuff in this game, so strap yourselves in, sit back, relax, you know, all that good stuff. Right off the bat, I drop a deep ward here. To be honest, this was not, I didn't know if that was warded or not, or if someone was in that bush. That's why I wasn't going to go for the common raptor invade that a lot of Lillias do in high elo. I wasn't going to do that just because of lack of information, so I decided to solo leash my raptors instead. Lillia can do this very nicely. And you definitely want to do it because it's like super good for your laners. It means they can get to lane early and not have to worry about leashing, etc. They can like set up their waves, all that good stuff. So as for runes, I decided to go this interesting page. I normally don't run a rune page like this on Lillia, but because I was playing a very specific role in our team comp, I decided to go for this rune page just to kind of fill out my role a little bit better. So I went the tenacity because there's a lot of CC with the Maokai and the Alistar in particular. So that's why I went for the tenacity, and then I also went cut down just because I couldn't really go anything else. Like, yeah, cut down didn't end up doing that much damage at all, so I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. But excuse me, I just wanted the tenacity for the most part. So I do a 3 camp clear on my bot side, and then I recall. May as well recall and grab my machete just so I can, you know, clear a bit better in my top side. And for the primary tree, I decided to go phase rush. Very common on Lillia, of course. Nimbus Cloak, pretty self-explanatory. Celerity, yeah, I don't normally go Celerity. I prefer Transcendence, but again, I'm filling out my role as like a support-ish kind of pick champion for my Ezreal. This is really like, our comp is very centered on the Ezreal and whether or not he can pop off or not, so we're all willing to like play around the Ezreal to try and win the game off that. And yeah, and then I finish off the rune page with water walking, by the way. I spot the Lee Sin out here, so now we know where he is. And as you can see, he kind of just moved downwards, so it means he's going to go to the other crab. That kind of sucks because it means I get double crabbed, but it's fine. That just means I have to kind of it just means I have to kind of full clear and finish on my camps. That's about it. Now I'm not running any sustain runes, which means I fall pretty low in the jungle if I take, you know, if I tank them too much. So I have to be very efficient with my kiting in this game. As you can see, I'm just clearing my camps. There's really not much we do early game. Like, it's much better for us to go for level 6 as a team and then play together. Lee Sin comes around here. He fucking smites my raptors, the little shit, and I'm pretty upset. So I just, you know, I give him a little bit of a bop, and then I head over to my raptors. So, not raptors, Krugs, sorry. Excuse me for my cough. Hopefully it gets better soon. So yeah, I got kind of set back a little bit because of that. Lee Sin took double crab and my raptor and my big raptors, so it kind of sucks for me, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. So long as I'm on the path to level 6, it's fine. And because I pathed the way I did, I made up for a little bit of experience by getting my camps to respawn earlier. Because, okay, see when you clear, when I did that clear bot side, like raptors into red into Krugs, all of that bot side is immediately like on a cooldown to respawn. So while I'm doing my top side, those camps will be respawning, and that means I can path directly from my top side into my bot side when my camps will be respawning, and then I get more experience out of that because they are higher level camps. And that's pretty efficient. It's just a shame that Lee Sin took my raptors, but I decided to return the favor and take his raptors too, because I know they are they are still here, obviously. These are level 5 raptors, which means he's taken them before. And now it's a matter of kind of scouting out the Lee Sin while I try and progress to level 6. I noticed his Krugs are up too, which means he's probably in the bot side of the map. And obviously I'm telling my team about that. I gotta make sure my bot lane stays safe, or just my entire team stays safe, because I'm the one that is able to track the enemy jungler the most efficiently. So I finish off his Krugs, and this is great actually, because I make up for the stolen crabs and the raptors. So I take 2 camps off of him, and I can go into my top side very easily. And then bam, we take more camps. Hell yeah, and that will get us to level 6 after a full clear. Very, very nice. And yeah, we're playing it slow, playing it very slow, and we kind of have to, because we don't have that much damage early game. We have a lot of good utility and CC, you know, kind of like you know, the Morgana Q, we've got Nami Bubble, etc. Ornn, CC, I've got my sleep once I hit 6, but at the end of the day, we don't really have that much damage. We really just need to try and either go for picks, or we wait to scale. And the scaling option was like preferred for us. Lee Sin comes along again, and it turns out I just hit 6 after getting those raptors, and so we come along with Morgana. I have to flash out of that. Big fight is breaking out here. Lee Sin goes in, they get a bit greedy and they go on the Morgana. But then my Nami follows up alongside us, and then we pick up first blood. Let's go! We take those. Let's go. It was a very nice fight by us. You know, narrowly dodging the Yone ultimate. And, you know, just very solid and very fortunate that I actually managed to secure my own raptors and hit level 6 off that. So, again, like, the pathing here is very important, because I'm, like, because of the way I pathed, I now am at a level advantage. And this is really good for... excuse me. It's really good as Lillia, because obviously her sleep is such a powerful tool. That's half the reason she's picked in pro play and all that. By the way, I know Kha'Zix got picked in Worlds, so I may be doing a video on that. I know it was an absolute shitfest, but it will still be kind of interesting to go over that game that Self-Made played as Kha'Zix, you know, Self-Made from Fnatic. So we'll see. Could be interesting. Yone is being a bit aggressive in the mid lane, and you can see where my character's going. I actually move up towards the mid lane in case Lee Sin comes and he gets dove. But yeah, big fights happening in the bot lane. Ezreal almost gets the Kai'Sa, but we're gonna settle for the Alistar instead. That's really big. That's really, really big. If our Ezreal can get ahead and get a lead, like, it just sets us up for the mid to late game very, very nicely, because he is our damage. He's like pretty much 70% of our damage, I'd say. The rest of us are mostly just utility, and we're able to peel for him very, very nicely. So yeah, it's a great composition. I think we drafted really well. Drafted really, really well this game. Ezreal was definitely a good pick, because I think any other pick would have been a lot harder to peel for, but Ezreal, he scales really nicely, he has a lot of mobility, and, you know, you can just go off that. So my bot lane dies in the process. They do kill the Kai'Sa though. Lee Sin picks up a double kill, although it's not that big of a deal, because Lee Sin doesn't really scale too well into the mid to late game, and we are going for a scaling kind of game, so yeah. Alright, I come up top side, and I'm going to sleep the Maokai here. We're going for a dive, obviously. I can't end up Wing him under the tower, because if I do W, then I kind of die in the process. But we don't talk about the Ornn. We don't talk about the Ornn, okay? Oh my god. We were laughing our asses off there. That was funny. That was a really funny moment. I don't really know what he was thinking there, but, you know, it's so good. It still worked out. Trade a 1-for-1, I guess, and he misses a few minions, so it's not too big of a deal. And I'm really low here. As you can see, I don't have Ravenous Hunter, or I don't have Fleet Footwork, so I'm running out of sustain in my jungle very quickly, and I gotta make sure to kite as much as I can. As you can see, I'm like on thin ice here. they're nice, very close to dying. But you know, with superior kiting mechanics, we take that very nicely. And now, that I just kind of have to recall. My job still remains the same. Farm up a lot, scale, make sure to call out the Lee Sin wherever he is. I did make a mistake that one time and didn't call out the Lee Sin gank. I knew he was... I remember at the time, like, I was thinking about Lee Sin being near bot lane, and I was just about to call it out, but then it turns out like he was already bot side and ganking, so that was unfortunate. I was just preoccupied taking camps, etc. Instead, Lee Sin decides to go for a top lane gank, which is interesting because he actually picks up the Ornn as well, and that means they can pretty much take the Herald. It's not too big of a deal, I guess. Like, so long as we are kind of keeping the bot lane in good check, we are fine. Like, we are fine as a team. It doesn't really matter if they kill the Ornn, because Ornn will be useful no matter what. And so, yeah, we decide to just kind of play it out, you know? Wrap the resets, we don't talk about that. And yeah, so we're thinking about the dragon here. We know what's up, we want to try and get vision around it, etc. And so we just decide to straight up do it, because the Lee Sin was topside. Yone is coming along, I get fucking destroyed here. Yeah, hard CC by the Yone, and then the Alistar comes along and changes the CC. Ornn teleports down, see if we can kind of contest here. It's not going to be possible to get the dragon without me, and I make yeah, like, I make a bad mistake. I should have respected the Yone and just kind of backed off a little bit more. Not really a chance to steal that dragon, and yeah, that was kind of bad. So as you can see, yeah, we're not that strong early, which is why we're going for like a scaling draft. And you'll see, man. We pop off later, don't worry. But these next few minutes of mine, they're going to be kind of difficult because Lee Sin is at a very excuse me, he's in a strong spot right now, and to be honest, he can just easily invade me and etc. And there's not much I can do about it because there's just, you know, their team is a lot stronger than us right now, and if they coordinate properly, then no chance for us. So I decide to come along here, see if I can grab a kill on the Maokai, but this guy is tanky. I just realized this guy is tanky as fuck. Ornn comes out. It's not really enough because we don't have damage. As you can see, we're very weak. Lee Sin comes along here, he ward hops. I have to jump, flash out. Sorry, I flash out just in case. Like, I'm not going to risk dying again, and it's just better if I do that, you know. So I have to be aware of that, Lee Sin. Made a few mistakes early game so far, which has set us back a fair bit for no reason. But again, it's fine. Once we scale, we'll be right. So it's all good. But my bot lane's heading up to the mid lane here. They actually catch the Yone here, which is very nice. And the Morgana ends up picking up the kill. In the meantime, I'm just kind of clearing my camps, you know? You know how it is. I've got to chill. I have to chill. After we get that kill, that's fine. And also, there's not really any objective to play off of in this game right now, so it's okay to be patient right now. We're not in a situation where we have to, like, do something, otherwise we'll get outscaled, because we scale very nicely. I come along here. Unfortunate yet again. This is a mistake by me. I thought it was a good opportunity to go in, but then I realized I was not tracking the Lee Sin properly, so I make another mistake and it results in all three of us dying. Very bad play by me. It was also, like, I've been making so many mistakes this game, and it's been making the game a lot harder. So yeah, that's just my bad. That's just 100% my bad. I shouldn't have gone in so brashly. Like, I definitely need to work on my jungle tracking a lot more, because what I find is that the more games I play, the more I pay less attention to jungle tracking. And because I haven't been tracking the enemy jungler, he's been able to do stuff like that. And that's really bad for me. Really bad. So I respawn and I come up topside. I am going to work on a Liandry's Torment next, just so I can get some more damage out of, you know, my kit. And yeah, that's about it. Take my blue, and quite unfortunate situation comes out of this moment here, as you'll see. Take my blue, all good. Kind of waiting for my Gromp to come up. But then I'm really questioning the Maokai ulti here, and I was kind of wondering, oh, okay, that's strange how he just ulted by himself. But then, as you'll see, the Lee Sin is actually in that bush. He has somehow managed to sneak into that bush and surprise me with a kill. He has Duskblade, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, it's very bad by me because I'm not, I don't know, man, I'm just inting. I'm just inting at this point. Like, I'm getting very greedy for my camps, and yeah, it's just not working out very nicely. My bot lane gets collapsed on here by the Yone, and unfortunately that results in both of them dying. Yeah, so as you can see, like I said, we are not strong early. We're not strong early by any means, and so we're kind of struggling a bit now because these guys have hit their item power spikes. Morgana has barrier, and she manages to kill the Yone under the tower. Very, very nice. Nicely done. Lee Sin is on my Raptors here. To be honest, I kind of want to fight this. But then again, I don't want to int again. So I'm kind of like, I really want to go in on this, but I don't have a team near me right now to actually go in on it. So I decide I have to let it go. Have to let it go once again. It's fine though. Again, it's like I'm mainly existing right now just for my sleep. Everything else is kind of like everything else doesn't really matter because that sleep is such a powerful tool. I get W'd by the Kai'Sa here. We know the dragon's coming up, and we are 2 dragons down, so we kind of want to fight this, but like, can we? You know, can we actually fight it? Because again, the enemy is a lot stronger than us, and I don't believe the Ezreal has the Muramana yet, so we're not that stacked in terms of damage right now. They actually go in on the Morgana here, which is very good for us actually, because they commit a lot to killing the Morgana, and then I W the Kai'Sa and Alistar, sleep them both. Ezreal ults the Kai'Sa while he's asleep, and I managed to pick up the Alistar, and Lee Sin tries to go hard on the Ezreal, but it's just not enough. Ezreal survives, and he also kills off the Yone as well. So that's huge comeback for us. And now, after that, we're actually going to have the Muramana on Ezreal now. So that's going to be huge for us. That was a huge turning point in the game because we won a fight. We got a lot of shutdowns, and we got a lot of gold. And from that, we can also get the mid tower, which is really good for us. So yeah, it was very important that we won that fight, and it was very good how we played it. Just generally, we were all very spread out, so the enemy couldn't really focus one of us at a time. But we were actually kind of, because of our ranges, we were clumped together, if you get what I mean. And so we were able to support each other where needed. And you know, that was just a really nice fight on our part. So I recall and I buy my Haunting guys. I also buy my Blasting Wand for the Andrews. We're almost there. And once again, I'm just going for my camps. See a ward here, gotta be very careful because again, the Lee Sin is very scary. Enemy gets the Herald, that's fine. Not too big of a deal, I guess. Like, we were all resetting anyway, so it was good for the enemy team to actually go for the Herald there. I get collapsed on here. I have to flash out to stop myself from getting knocked up. And they still show up here. I gotta smite the Alistar and run away with Nimbus Cloak. And my team, as you can see, is collapsing on these two, so Ezreal comes over, I'm kind of smacking the Alistar, bop, you know how it is. Bam. I get knocked into the Lee Sin, who happens to be snared. I managed to get my last Q on him, and my passive will finish off the Lee Sin. I get snared here. Holy shit, there's a big trio on me. Holy shit, Kai'Sa's there. Holy shit, she's putting Herald down for some reason. I'm stuck in a rut here, and I just go down. I mean, it took a while. It took a while, but my team finishes off the Maokai and Kai'Sa as well. Very nice, once again. Enemy team has made a big mistake by overextending too much in that scenario. And from that, we can just, you know, clean up, I guess. That was very nice. I'm not sure what the Lee Sin was doing. He's kind of playing like an assassin at this point, which is very strange. Because there's no way he's going to have an easy time assassinating against our team. There's absolutely no way. I really wonder why he went for that kind of build. He's gone for Duskblade and into a Last Whisper. I'm not sure if like that's normally what Lee Sins do, but I don't think that was the greatest build option. Yeah, it definitely was not the greatest build choice this game. I think he should have gone for a Black Cleaver, because we are building armor, and it would have helped his team, who are pretty much full AD to an extent. And here you can see I'm playing bot side with my Ezreal. Now I just want to make sure the Ezreal is safe. I want to make sure he's like perfectly safe, you know, he has no trouble at all. And that's how we're going to win the game. Okay, so because of the Ocean Drake spawning these new bushes, I actually managed to get a sneak up on the Lee Sin. Ezreal ults the Lee Sin while he's asleep. Great synergy right there. And we just burst him down. And he just cannot do anything there. Hit him with the W, hit him with the Ezreal ulti. Bonus damage from the sleep, and then we get a very nice pick, which enables us to take the bot lane tower. This was a very nice pick, and thankfully, because it was Ocean Drake, I was able to sneak up to the Lee Sin there. It's too bad he got the crab. I mean, we won the battle, but we lost the war, you know. Is it really a victory if we lose the crab? Probably not. Probably not, man. Nah, jokes. So I didn't mention that I did get my Liandry's, so I do have a pretty substantial amount of damage now. Lillia doesn't really do too much damage, but like it's like Liandry's in combination with the passive is very nice. There's a big slap fest going on with the Ornn and Maokai here. Ezreal comes along to ruin that. What a party pooper! And he picks up another kill on the Maokai, which is huge. Dragon is spawning pretty soon, so we have to be very careful not to get picked before then. And you can see, at this point, we've been saying, okay, Ezreal and Ornn, sorry. You know, everyone rotate down because we're going to be contesting this dragon with the dead Maokai. And then I made the huge mistake of smiting the fucking raptors when dragon was coming up. So now I have no smite for dragon, and this will happen a lot this game, by the way. Just to make sure I'm on full health, I smite camps a lot. So I throw out an E here, I managed to hit 2 of them, my sleep is up, and I sleep them for an engage. Lee Sin is asleep, he's getting fucking destroyed. Lee Sin dies in the personal without doing anything. Yone comes in, ulti, we got a peel for our team, peel the Yone off the Ezreal. And we're not going to commit anymore. After that, we're just going to go straight for the dragon, because that was very important. Because if we didn't get that dragon, we would have what's the word? We would have lost the soul. The enemy team would have gotten the dragon soul, and that would have been very bad, because Ocean Soul is extremely powerful. After that, we decide to go for the Baron. Lee Sin is up in 10 seconds, but yes, once again, I don't have smite. So we just actually decide to back off here, because we're not going to finish the Baron in time before Lee Sin can respawn, and the enemy team can contest that pretty easily. So we decide to lay off the Baron. We're taking very, very minimal risk in this game. We don't want to risk anything. We don't want to go for any 50-50s, etc. Because I'm pretty sure that I would have lost that Baron if if we decided to commit to that. So it's definitely not worth risking it if we don't actually need to. We are very ahead now. We are in a very, very good spot. We have played to our win condition, and now it's just a matter of, you know, pushing into the enemy side of the map. You know, what can we get out of that? So yeah, there's no need to do Baron when we're so ahead. You know, we've got our game plan set out. We just need to chill, maybe get a pick where we can, and off that we can just you know, take the Baron, etc. and get towers. And that tends to happen a lot. Maokai actually gets snared here, and that's really, really big, because that enables the Ezreal to just absolutely melt the Maokai down. And as you can see, the Ezreal is online now. Muramana is doing work, doing a lot of work for us. I tried to sleep him, of course, but like, not necessary. I didn't actually hit the E. And here I'm just sweeping, getting vision around the Baron pit. We still don't decide to go for the Baron just yet. In fact, we choose to chase down the Lee Sin here. I don't believe we get him. Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't get the Lee Sin, but he's half health. So I believe we actually ping the Baron now. Yeah, we're like, okay, Lee Sin's half health, let's go Baron. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case here. I think, yeah, there we go. Decide to go for the Baron. I walk around here, get rid of the Blast Cone to kind of prevent an engage onto the Baron. And yeah, we're shredding it down pretty nicely, but once again, the Lee Sin is going to be back here. So I decide to I make the call to kind of just back off the Baron because he is actually a level higher than me, so he has a better chance of stealing the Baron. And I really don't want to risk any scenario where we don't get the Baron and we just throw off of that. There's no point trying to go 50-50 in a game that we're scaling well into and winning. Like, there's no reason to go for Baron. If I was more confident, I would say, yeah, for sure, go for the Baron. But then again, we have to consider the fact that they have a Yone who can kind of clump all of us up together in the Baron pit with his ultimate. Top of that, they have an Alistar, big CC, Maokai as well. Maokai ultimate is going to be devastating if we get caught in it in the Baron pit. So yeah, just really don't want to throw when we're so ahead. Yone is actually near the bot side. He tries to fight the Ornn, but the Ornn is really powerful now. He has no chance. He has no chance. Like I said, we are scaling very nicely. Holy shit, I'm dumb. I didn't finish my Raptor there, but whatever. I decided to roam down here to see if we can get the Yone. Turns out Lee Sin's actually waiting in the bush, so I have to Q and instantly sleep him to make sure nothing happens. Bop him with the W and then finish him off with a Q. We take those. Don't really know what the Lee Sin was doing there. But with him dead, surely we go for the Baron. Like, 100%. Come on, Tinjus. Like, surely we go for Baron. I'm pretty sure we go for Baron. Yeah, for sure. There's no way they get it. There's no way. Even though we have the... even though we don't have Smite, we decided to try for it anyway. We are... No, I don't think we actually do the Baron here. Yeah, we don't. We don't because I'm falling very low, and they can easily contest with the Maokai ultimate. As you'll see here, bam, I get black shielded, fortunately, so very nice by the Morgana. And I'm like, maybe we can fight this here? Kai'Sa actually flashes here, because she's scared of my sleep, but she doesn't know that I actually don't have the sleep up. I get CC'd here, I have to flash out so I don't get fucking destroyed. In the meantime, Nami is peeling very well for the Ezreal. Ezreal is very low, but he's going to survive. In the meantime, me and Morgana are dealing with the Maokai here. Ornn has come along too. He's kind of zoning the Kai'Sa away from any form of damage dealing. I'm throwing out an E here, you know, just chilling. I'm chilling. I'm very low. I have to respect. Very low. And after that, I just decided to run away like the little deer I am. Horse. Forgive me, horse. And we win that fight very nicely. Like I said, we scaled so hard with the Ezreal, and they just have nothing now. The Lee Sin has fallen off completely, and it really just looks like they don't have the coordination to kind of win these fights from us. The Ezreal's playing very nicely. He's staying alive. The Nami's doing well, peeling for the Ezreal, and I'm just being a nuisance, you know. You know how it is. I'm always a nuisance in my games. With Lillia. Lillia exists to be a pain in the ass. So, yeah, that's about all I'm doing. I decided to recall because I'm pretty low, and I'm going to go for my Zhonya's Algalast here into a Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's just because I want to be even more of a nuisance. I don't want to like go for damage because I'm not the damage dealer. I want to try and help my Ezreal by being a distraction, you know, all that good stuff. So the Zhonya's will help with that, and the Dead Man's inevitably will let me just be a bit safer. And in the meantime, I clear my camps. We've got a bit of downtime. We're just gonna chill. I forgot to mention that we did take the second dragon. At this point, the enemy team just does not have dragon as a win condition anymore. There's really not much they can do to contest dragons from us. We don't talk about that DM my buddy sent me. We don't talk about it. Please ignore that. Oh god. I am so sorry. I was so confused, bro. Alright, so I want to go topside here just to get that tower. That tower's very free. There's no reason as to why we can't get that. So I decided to come up here with Ornn, and we push that. Once again, like, we're playing very careful. We're not throwing at all. We're not going for stupid Baron calls. Because if we go for a stupid Baron call and it doesn't work out, there's we just throw for no reason, and there's no point in doing that. We're getting objectives and we're getting stuff without the Baron, and that's huge. Imagine what we can do with the Baron, you know? So once we do actually get it, then you know, we'll be well off. It's only a matter of time. Do we decide to do it now? Okay, so what we decide to do here is we decide to fake start the Baron and get the Maokai to teleport. That's what we were thinking here. And sure enough, the Maokai teleports and completely wastes his TP. So now we have, you know, 1 TP down. Very nice play. Ezreal's out there doing a bunch of poke. Poking the Alistar. Poke, poke, poke. Oh, he is Ezreal annoying us. Piece of shit champion. Throw out an E here. Hope it hits. I was going to sleep anyone who got hit by that. Yeah, that's about it. Letting the Ezreal take the red buff, of course. And Ornn gives me a Zhonya's Paradox, so that's very nice. Upgrading all of our items, extremely nice. Like I said, man, we scale super hard, super nicely. Oh wow, me and Morgana actually have a very similar build. That's funny. And yeah, like, guys, if you're playing in, if you're playing with a lead, try not to throw your lead on Baron, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of fights where you could just win without Baron and then end the game off him. So that's what we're trying to do here. As you can see, the Ezreal just completely destroyed the Yone in like half, like 2 abilities, like did half his health. And with that, we finally decide to try for the Baron again. This time though, something is a bit different. I have my level advantage to deal more damage to the Baron when I smite. So this time we are trying to go for it yet again. Taking a risk. Baron's dropping low. And once again, we drop off it. We drop off it once again. But this time, Alistar is getting really low. And we call the Ornn ulti to hit the Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa's very low. Almost hit her with the sleep. She has to flash away. Maokai gets caught here. And bam, bam, bam. Being a nuisance. I'm going to flash here. And sleep 2 of them. Be a nuisance once again. Force the Kai'Sa ultimate. Zhonya's. So she can't kill me. Yone is just a little short off of killing me. Nami healing me up. Alistar is going to be dead here, and I'm just fucking low as hell, but I'm still going, man. I'm still going. Let's go. And off that, the game is over. The game is over, boys. So yeah, once again, like, as I was saying, we don't need to go for the Baron. And so it was a very good decision to keep going off the Baron and baiting the enemy team into bad situations. So it was very good Baron pressure there without actually taking the Baron. But yeah, that was a very good game. Well played to my team. We didn't actually win the Clash tournament, but it's fine. Like, we played some very nice games, and now we just end the game, man. GG's. Hope you enjoyed, guys. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. I will see you next time.